And now, Professor von Struben, four-time winner of the Pulitzer Prize and two-time Nobel Peace Prize winner.
Oh! Hello, I'm Professor von Struben, and welcome to the biography of Ludwig van Beethoven.
Psst! It's Poe!
Poe?
Edgar Allan Poe! The writer!
Ah! Welcome to the biography of Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is considered by many to be the inventor of the modern short story, as well as the detective story. Observe his life. On January 19, 1809, he was born in Boston, Massachusetts, to actors David and Eliza Poe. December 8, 1811, his mother dies. 1815 to 1820, he lived in England with the Allens. 1827, he enlists in the U.S. Army as Edgar A. Perry. 1835, he becomes an editor of the Southern Literary Messenger in Richmond. May 16, 1836, he marries his 13-year-old cousin Virginia Clem. February 1841, he becomes assistant editor of Graham's Magazine. January 29, 1845, he publishes The Raven in the New York Evening Mirror. January 30, 1847, his wife Virginia Clem dies of consumption. October 3, 1849, he's found delirious in Baltimore. And finally, on October 7, 1849, he dies. Now please join us for a dramatic recreation of The Telltale Heart, considered by many to be one of his famous stories.
True, nervous, very, very dreadfully nervous I have been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease has sharpened my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Object there was none. Passion there was none. I loved the old man. He had never wronged me. He had never given me insult. For all his gold I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. He had the eye of a vulture, a pale blue eye with film covering it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold, and so by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man and thus rid me of the eye forever. I was never kinder to the old man during the week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened it, oh so gently. And then, when I had made an opening sufficient for my head, I put in a lantern, and I thrust my head in. Oh, you would have laughed to see how cunningly I thrust it in. I moved it slowly, very, very slowly, so that I might not disturb the old man's sleep. Ha! Would a madman have been as wise as this?
Oh, hello again. That was dramatic irony because the killer does not know he's crazy, while we, the audience, do.
The more you know.
The old man sprang up in bed, crying out, "Who's there?" And have I not told you what you mistake for madness is but over-acuteness of the sense? Now I say there came to my ears a low, dull, quick sound. I knew that sound well, too. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my fury as the beating of a drum stimulates a soldier into courage. The old man's hour had come. With a loud yell, I leapt into the room. He shrieked once, only once. In an instant I had him dragged to the floor and pulled the heavy bed over him. I then smiled gaily to find the deed done so far. But for many minutes the heart beat on with a muffled sound. This, however, did not vex me. It would not be heard through the wall. At length it ceased. The old man was dead. Yes, he was stone dead. His eye would trouble me no more.
That was conflict.
The more you know.
If you still think me mad, you'll think so no longer when I describe the wise precautions I took for concealing the body. The night waned, and I worked hastily, but in the silence. First of all, I dismembered the corpse. I cut off the head and the arms and the legs.
That was foreshadowing.
The more you know. Dude, that wasn't foreshadowing.
But there are shadows.
No, it wasn't foreshadowing.
But...
No foreshadowing.
Fine.
Five, 6, 7, 8.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a snack. Oh, hello. Did you get your Coke and popcorn? I hope so. Now back to the dramatization.
After the deed was complete, there came a knock at the door. There was an officer of the police who claimed that there were complaints about a shriek in the night. I confidently invited him, for what had I to worry? I showed him around in every room in the house, and explained that the old man was away in the country. I invited him to sit, and we chatted of familiar things. As he stayed, I grew impatient and became very pale. When would he leave? I foamed, raved, and swore. I heard a noise growing louder and louder. Oh God, how could the police not hear the noise? He knew, he had to, and was making a mockery of my horror. I swung my chair from where I was sitting and beat at the floorboards. Villains, I shrieked. Dissemble no more. I admit the deed. Tear up the planks. Here. It is the beating of a city's heart.
Oh, hello. Did you enjoy the show? That's good. Well, that was The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. If you'll excuse me, I need to begin practicing again.